I tell you this, use money tainted as it is to win your friends, and thus make sure that when it fails you, they will welcome you into the tents of eternity. The man who can be trusted in little things can be trusted in great. The man who is dishonest in little things will be dishonest in great. If then you cannot be trusted with money, that tainted thing, who will trust you with genuine riches? And if you cannot be trusted with what is not yours, who will give you what is your very own? No servant can be the slave of two masters. He will either hate the first and love the second, or treat the first with respect and the second with scorn. You cannot be the slave both of God and of money. The Pharisees, who loved money, heard all this and laughed at him. He said to them, "You are the very ones who pass yourselves off as virtuous in people's sight. God knows your hearts. For what is thought highly of by men is loathsome in the sight of God." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
So I would like to just read something from the COP26 to understand what's going on in the international community. So we are one with them. Through media, we are connected. We are not isolated. We are all together. All right. Day 5. Today's summary. And within the first week at COP26, the week is over. Monday started, the week, they go for weekend. Again, pollution starts weekend, no? Complete pollution. And then it will take 1 week to talk about it. Okay, day 5 is winding down in Scotland. Still, events are only just getting started. Tomorrow, the main protest will take place and negotiations will continue through the weekend. Several thousand young people marched into central Glasgow. Children were on the streets with their parents, classmates, and teachers. They demanded world leaders do more to stop polluters and save the planet from catastrophic rising temperatures. The climate activist Greta Thunberg, blah blah blah, slammed COP26 as a failure and a PR event. We all know PR event, no? Public relations event. That's it, nothing else. So she's a very strong critic, now emerging as a big leader now. So she says the leaders are not doing nothing. They are actively creating new goals and shaping frameworks to benefit themselves and to continue profiting from this destructive system, she said. Scientists reveal that the carbon dioxide emissions of the richest 1% of humanity are on track to be 30 times greater than what is compatible with keeping global heating below 1.5 degrees Celsius. In other words, that 1% of the people, for example, or 2% of the people, they are polluting more, that is 30 times more than any nation, that those rich people alone are polluting. So actually, because the United Nations climate change, that is IPCC, they are thinking of at least sealing off 1.5 Celsius at the end of the 2100. They are hoping we will not allow more than 1.5, but already they are talking it will be 1.8. And already some people are telling, I think we will exceed 2 and we will end up with the 3 degrees Celsius 2100. In 50 itself, they are going to see 2 degree mark crossing. So that is what they are telling. An updated United Nations analysis found that global carbon emissions are on track to rise by 13.7% by 2030. So we are not reduced. That is in stark contrast to the 50% cut that is needed by then to retain the possibility of keeping global temperature rise to 1.5 Celsius and avoid the worst impacts of the climate crisis. However, initial analysis of the Energy Transition Commission we were discussing about this morning showed that commitments and initiatives seen in the first week of COP26, if fully delivered by nations, would amount to 40% of the emissions cuts needed by 2030. That's a good news. 40% we are able to reduce pollution just going from this energy to renewable energy. In energy transition sector alone. I think it's a big article you can read for yourself. Just I gave you a small synopsis. Bad things are there, but at the same time, good is also happening. There is a hope that we can do it. Our leaders are really on the mark. As Greta Thunberg puts it, that is too extreme. She is a kid. Kids talk like that, you know that, no? Youngster, they don't have that ability to see through. But our old people are doing good work. I think good is already coming out. I am very hopeful, and we are also very hopeful. So anyway, today in the gospel message we see St. Paul talking about each and every individual in the community, and he cares for them. He has a good word to say to them. Hey, you have done a good job. Wonderful. I am proud of you. So that is how we should see in our community appreciation and encouragement and cooperation. And we should appreciate each other. That is very important. And don't seem to, that petty small deficiencies is created by God Himself. So we need to bear it. That's all. Carry up your crosses. Sometimes your brother who is living in the community, he becomes a cross. You need to carry him. That is the vocation what God wants to give you. Carry that brother on your shoulders and live with it. Live with it. Because we don't find many crosses. God gives you cross in the shape of the brother. Yeah, He is the cross. Because you find very hard, where is the cross? Where is the cross? Here is the cross. Here is the cross. So you have to carry the cross. So that's what Paul sees each and every person he remembers. I mean, Romans, he's writing to Romans. He preached the gospel a few years back, but he still remembers each and every name, and he appreciates you did that. And I'm so proud of you. He remembers everything in gratitude. So that's how God created us, with love and gratitude. So when you look at your brother, look at with the eyes of gratitude. All blessings only. There are no curses. Even if there are curses, if you consider, in God's viewpoint, it's a blessing. I want you to know that. So gospel is very clear. Money and power, Jesus doesn't appreciate all that. Your power and money sometimes they can serve to become rich or powerful. Only cater your own imagination to exploit others. But service, that is what Jesus is very particular to the Pharisees. No servant can serve two masters. These Pharisees, they are serving to money and power, and they are not serving to God. So in fact, we are all called to serve God. Money and so on, we need it. But that's not everything. I told you, money, you are not rich because of money and education, because of your identity, no. Because of your own self, your own human, the resources you have, the love you should show to others, empathy you show to others, the sacrifice you are ready to make when you are asked to go to that place, to Montfort you go, you say, yes, I will go. See, that kind of mindset we need to develop. Now I heard that everybody wants to go to Montfort something before. It is a state-of-the-art house now, everybody wants. Also in Alapak, where I was sent as a punishment area, then I went and built a church and a presbytery, nice income now. So everybody wants to go to fire punishment area. So everybody wants to go to Alapak. See how you transform everything. Amazing. When you go there, God has a purpose. You can transform everything there. And you can create a lovable environment there, and everybody wants to go there. Self-imposed punishment. Okay, let me go to Alapak. Let me go to home. There's a competition now to go to these places. Anyway, international community should learn from us. Solving problems very simple. Last night I was lying down, long time I didn't sleep. The firecrackers were going on, boom, boom, boom. And I was thinking, such a meeting is going on to mitigate. Everybody is talking about the climate change and we should do something, we should come out of all this. But in India, everybody burning crackers. Then I thought, here's a chance for the world leaders. There are 200 leaders, all the country presidents. They would have made only one stroke of the pen. All the firecracker factories closed. We will not produce next year. No firecrackers from now on. It's all over. They could have one stroke within 10 seconds. All the 200. But we are convincing 8 billion people now, don't use fireworks. We are going after each and everything begging, don't do it. Children, you are going to tell, please don't use fireworks. Give me promise. You think it's all necessary? Not at all necessary. If 200 people can't decide on this, how can 8 billion people can do something about it? It's an illusion. Unbelievable. Last night I was thinking, here is a chance. In this meeting, everything can be banned in one signature. That's it. So they are leaving us disappointment. In disappointment. Yeah. So now we have to do from the bottom up. Not from top down. Top down won't come, I tell you. Bottom, every big changes came from bottom to top. Then only they changed. From top to down, never happened. That is what our human history indicates. So in that way, what I said in the introduction, I is equal to I, Q. That's all. First one is identify. The second one is
Introspect.
Yeah, inspect. And the last one is Isolate it. Don't touch it again. Denounce it once and for all. It's all over. That is the way to solve all our problems. It's personal or global. We can do it only small. I cube. That's it.
Hymn number B28 and page 74.
Blessed are you, Lord God of all creation, that say your good as is gladly offered, fruit of the earth.